6 on the season. So looking forward to seeing what he has got in store here against what we know can be a very dangerous offense. The arsenal for Matthew Liberatore, you know what he's working with. Got that good four-seam fastball, slider that he throws off it, change curve, sinker, cut, and he's been working on that split. Hasn't broken it out a ton. I'm sure that's a feel one. As the season goes on, you'll see more and more of it.
The Mariners are 12-15. Dan Wilson is their terrific skipper. Offense has been somewhat of an issue for them. Their big three starting to heat up, but last night they scored just 3 runs, but that was enough for George Kirby. And with Brian Wu on the mound, I'm sure they'd like 3 or more again today.
Yeah, look, this is the hallmark of this Seattle team. Their pitching has been great, but that offense, there's a lot more in the tank than they showed early on. I think that middle of the order has gotten hot as of late.
Let's see them heat up after they leave town. As you look at how the Cardinals line up defensively, Victor Scott back in there in center field. Jordan Walker and Nathan Church flank him in right and left. Gorman, Mason Wynn on the left side. Weatherholt Burleson on the right side of the diamond. Pedro Paez is the man in harness for game 2. There's Oliver Marmol. A fun baseball game, he said. The outcome, look, didn't like the way things ended, but he liked the Cardinals' approach, and they gave themselves a shot, as they so often do in the late innings.
Well, as we've talked about, in this 17-game stretch in 17 days, the Cardinals going to get tested. There's a lot of good talent, all teams that were playoff teams, and a team that's up and coming like the Pirates. You want to see what kind of fight your club has, and we saw a lot of it yesterday.
Rob Refsnyder leads off and cracks the first one foul, and we are underway. Refsnyder, an .069 average, a home run and 2 driven in. If there's one blemish for Seattle, they have, if you look at their averages in this lineup, had trouble against left-handed pitching. We'll see if that holds. Again, it's a small sample size, but between that and a 2-8 road record, you think Liberatore has a better than average shot of having a good day today.
Well, especially with the stuff that he has. And just to your point, 574 is the OPS against left-handed pitching for Seattle. That's 29th in baseball. So a trend that you'd like to be able to see continue here in this one.
1 ball, 2 strikes for Refsnyder, who came on midway through the game last night. He normally kills lefties, but not there. Libby got him to swing and miss. How about the Cardinals? Double-digit strikeout game last night, and game 2 starts with a punch-out.
Yeah, 8 of them from their starter yesterday, Andre Palante, and 7 of his 8 were on this pitch, the slider. That is a good tight one down and in to tie up the right-handed hitting Refsnyder.
Now Cal Raleigh is up. Raleigh, the designated hitter today, a switch hitter. 5 homers and 14 driven in. He too off to a slow start against southpaw pitchers, batting .154. Be nice for the Cardinals to get through a scoreless first. Palante did that last night. Saw 4 batters in the opening inning. Today for St. Louis, it's game number 26. The Cardinals have had a clean, perfect 1-2-3 inning in the first 7 times.
Yeah, it's playing with a little bit of fire early on. As we talked about, there are some guys that get better as the game goes on.
And that went out of reach of Mason Wynn. So sure enough, on cue, Raleigh gets changeup and smacks it into left for a 1-out single.
Well, still got a chance for a double play for your non-traditional 1-2-3 inning here. It's a nice piece of hitting. Changeup. It was down and away and lasered into left.
Cardinals a good job on Julio Rodriguez. We ended his 19-game on base streak last night. Rodriguez still with 1 homer. That came against a left-handed pitcher. And a touch high, 1 ball, no strikes. Vic Carapazza, the crew chief, our home plate umpire. John Bacon at first. Hunter Wendelstedt at second. Edwin Moscoso is down the third base line. Slashed off to the right. 1 ball, 1 strike. Man, what a glorious day. Mid-70s, not a cloud in the sky, gentle breeze blowing. Hope the weather will be as good tomorrow as we wrap up this series with Seattle. We hope you'll come out and join us. 2 exciting clubs getting after it here at Busch Stadium. One and two. We had a little over 31,000 here last night. There was a real buzz around the ballpark. It was nice to feel that way again.
It was. It was loud. Again, an exciting ball game, a tight ball game. Cardinals had a chance all the way to the end. Unfortunately, just couldn't get that big hit that they needed.
Two good pitches in this sequence from Libby, but no chase for J-Rod. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So an important pitch here with Naylor waiting on deck. Josh had the game deciding hit last night, a home run off Palante. Very short lead by Raleigh, and the pitch is swung on and belted deep left, and it's 2-0 Seattle into Big Mac land, and a huge bat flip. That was a no-doubter. His second homer of the year, and the Mariners strike in the first. A 400-footer.
After an 0 for 4 start to the series yesterday, a little different story here today. Went back to the well with the slider after missing down under the zone, and he was ready for it down and in. And takes his time with that big blast. 402-foot shot into Big Mac land.
So he's got his second homer. Seattle has given Brian Wu a 2-0 lead, and Josh Naylor went for the downs, didn't get it. So they tried it out early for the Mariners. Raleigh's getting going. Rodriguez is getting going. Naylor is red hot. He's 10 for his last 20. Again, this team's too good to worry about their offense. Even despite, Brad, the slow start, they're only 2.5 games out of first.
Got a feeling they're going to be just fine, especially when you pitch the way that they do and they have the personnel that they have. Obviously, this lineup looks even better when Brendan Donovan is healthy on the IL with a hip issue.
There's a good pitch. Backed up. Libby has his second strikeout. And base is empty for Randy Arozarena. Arozarena had a hit in 4 trips to the plate. His other time's up. He struck out.
He's seen Libby a few times. He's 2 for 5. Does have a 3-run home run off of Libby.
And he's got an extra base hit to left. Perhaps Church over quickly, cuts it off in the corner. Arozarena on his way to second, and he'll slide in. So 2 runs, 3 hits in the first inning. 8th double for Arozarena.
Well, the Mariners are not wasting any time. They're aggressive early. That's exactly what Arozarena does. He gets a dead red fastball, 94 right down the middle, and turns it around.
J.P. Crawford's their shortstop. He led off last night. He's hitting 6th today with the left-hander on the mound. Crawford started the year on the IL with a shoulder issue. They activated him the day after April Fool's Day. More games at shortstop as a Mariner than any other in their team's history. And they had some good ones. Omar Vizquel, the American League's version at the time of Ozzie Smith, and of course Alex Rodriguez for so many years. 1-1. Good pitch. So we got a work cut out for us today. Brian Wu, one of the best in the business, has 2 to play with. Arozarena takes off for third. The throw to third is going to be not in time. Gorman says check it. Little swim move by Arozarena, and he may have eluded the tag. The call safe at third. Let's see if the Cardinals challenge this.
Well, the ball definitely beat him. Pretty good jump right there by Arozarena on Liberatore, but that did that left hand swim around the tag of Gorman and get back to the bag.
So no challenge. Arozarena 7 for 7 in steals, and now a 2-2. Cardinals won 5 straight games head-to-head with the Cardinals. Redbirds are trying to change that today. 2 runs, 3 hits in the opening inning. And pitch 23 is on the ground to second. JJ's got that, and that will retire the side. Rodriguez, a mammoth 2-run homer into Big Mac land, puts Seattle in front. Cardinals up for the first time in the bottom of the first. Cannon shot from that man puts Seattle up 2-0 before the Cardinals swing the bats for the first time. But here they come in game 2 of the series. Ollie lines them up with Weatherholt, Herrera, Burleson, Walker, your top 4. Nathan Church, Pedro Paz, Victor Scott II back in the lineup, and Brian Wu, one of the game's terrific young right-handers, is the opposing pitcher.
26-year-old in his 4th season. A look at the numbers. Pristine 2.25 ERA. That's 8th best in the American League, and this guy is bringing it. He's coming right after you. Take a look at the pitch arsenal here for Brian Wu. It's about 70-something% fastball. I just did the math. 74%.
Very good. Yeah,
4-seam and the sinker, sweeper, slider, changeup. But really, he's running the 4-seam at the top, sinker at the bottom.
Weatherholt leads off, takes a strike, and he unloads deep right field. JJ with a leadoff homer. That's how you answer 2. Get one yourself. It's a 1-run game.
Well, all of a sudden, J.J. Weatherholt with one swing of the bat got this crowd here at Busch Stadium right back into it. Turned around a heater at the top of the zone and cut the lead in half.
That's the first homer Wu has allowed all year, and it was a no-doubter to right. It's a 2-1 game. Well, they say you want to get to the big leagues, you got to hit the fastball. As you said, they're going to see a bunch of them. Can they identify the ones they can do damage on? Weatherholt just did. So Herrera is next, and he hits one high in the air. Back-to-back bombs. The Cardinals are hunting the heat, and they are all over it. 3 pitches in, 2 home runs, and a tie ball game. Are you not entertained? Alec Burleson, can he make it 3 in a row? Showed bunt.
Toyota key to the game right on time before another firework blast. Beat the heat. That's the key against this guy. He's throwing fastballs. You have to be ready. So far, so good. So new life, 2-2 game. And Wu spins a sweeper to even the count. Well, you said he throws the fastball, whichever type you want to call it, 70% of the time. Get him off the fastball and make him uncomfortable. That'd be a great game plan. As that one shot toward left, but Arozarena got a good jump. And there is out number 1. Back-to-back bombs in the Cardinal first. Well, JJ got himself a 4-seam middle in. Wu loves to throw his fastball in on the left-handers. JJ knew that. He was ready for it at the top of the zone. And then Herrera gets himself one up as well. 429-foot blast. That's a way to start a ball game. Jordan Walker with 1 out. Jordan had an 0 for last night, and the sweeper catches the outside corner. So what I like about that right there, okay, strike 1, who cares? He didn't offer at it. You're looking to hunt a heater right now. You leave that down there. Wu had not allowed a homer until the first 2 batters of this game, and that's what makes him so tough. We've talked to hitters that have faced Brian before. He's got that low 3/4 slot, and his fastball stays on plane longer than most. In other words, it doesn't sink at the plate like most fastballs do.
And so where you swing, the ball usually isn't there. You swing below it an awful lot.
Yeah, generally the eyesight when his is down, especially the sinker, when it's down out of his hand, it stays true. It stays in the strike zone. You got to be ready to offer at that one.
2-strike pitch. And that one is tipped and caught at 97. Walker is down on strikes. So the Mariners defensively, Ref Snyder, Julio Rodriguez, and Arozarena right to left. J.P. Crawford at short. Will Wilson appears for the first time in the series. Cole Young, a slick fielding second baseman. Naylor and Mitch Garver is the man behind the plate. Cal Raleigh again, the Seattle DH. Here's Gorman. Gorman's got a hit in 7 of his last 10 games. First career leadoff homer for J.J. Weatherholt. The last Cardinal to hit a leadoff homer, Brendan Donovan, last June against Cleveland. I know Brendan's watching the game today. We're all so sad he wasn't able to make it to St. Louis with Seattle as he's on the injured list.
Oh, disappointing for sure. Would have loved to be able to give him that send off, but Cardinal fans will get a chance to see him again.
1 ball, 1 strike. And pop fly foul and out of play. Gorman's 3 homers away from 80 as a major leaguer. He's hit 3 home runs entering play today with 15 knocked in. And this Cardinal team, they get punched in the mouth, they punch back. And they've hit back-to-back homers on back-to-back pitches to tie the game. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And as you'd expect, nothing but fastballs so far for Gorman. All at 96 miles an hour or better. Just missed it. And skies that towards shallow left. Arozarena battling the sun, still fighting it, and makes the play. And that will retire the side. Weatherholt and Herrera, the Cardinals, dynamic duo in the first. JJ's first career leadoff homer, followed by Herrera's 4th. Really flying after a fun first. 2-2 is your score. 3 homers combined. There are your home run hitters for the Cardinals. Julio Rodriguez, a 2-run shot. And so new life for Matthew Liberatore as he faces the Seattle 7, 8, 9 batters.
How good does that feel, right? You give up 2 in the first inning. You're unhappy. Some misses there by Matthew Liberatore. The big shot off the bat of Julio Rodriguez, but your team gets you right back into it. Nice hammer to make it 0-2 also.
Mitch Garver at 160, no homers or RBIs. Grounds this one deep short. Mason dives, scrambles, unleashes, but off target. An infield hit for Garver, and that's 4 hits for Seattle so far in the game. Great effort by Mason Wynn. And with his arm, you never count him out.
You always have an opportunity when that guy's got the ball in his glove. He pops up, strong throw across the diamond, just pulled Burley up the line. Right there, too, you know that Libby's probably kicking himself. 0-2 mistake, caught too much of the plate.
Now Cole Young, the second sacker, lefty versus lefty. And misses low. 1 ball, no strikes. Young drove in a run on the first pitch he saw from Andre Palante in the game. That was in the 2nd inning. This kid leads all major league second basemen in defensive runs saved. That's lifted foul. He took a shot, 2-0. 2 balls and a strike. Mariners last year won 90 games. Lost in the ALCS to Toronto, just the 2nd playoff appearance for Seattle since 2002. And they are thought by many to have a great chance to get back to postseason play this year, but their division's really improved. The Athletics are in first place. Texas, with their pitching, a game behind. And a swing and a miss. Young was ahead 2-0 and is down on strikes.
Well, that's kind of movement you're looking for, especially left on left. This thing starts in the middle. Chevy pitch track, ends up way off the plate to get that swing and miss. That's 3 strikeouts now, all with the slider for Matthew Liberatore.
Will Wilson up from Tacoma. That's the Mariners AAA affiliate. He had 275 in the minor leagues. Again, they're just trying to fill holes until Brendan Donovan comes back. Today it's Wilson's turn to play third base. Last night it was Leo Rivas. Swing and a drive, hammered to left. It's going to be another home run. Ball is flying at Bush. Will Wilson with a 2-run homer makes it a 4-2 game.
Well, I think we got our theme of the day. Slugfest is what this one looks like. Another 2-run shot, another fastball, 94. Top of the zone, but middle that Wilson was ready for. And another big answer by the Mariners offense.
That's going to make him feel great. Just up from AAA, you hit a bomb. Ground ball to third. And Ref Snyder will be retired for out number 2. One thing that has plagued Liberatore in his first starts of the season is the long ball. He's given up 7 of them now in 28 innings. That is not a recipe he'd like to continue. See if he can settle down here and get Cal Raleigh, who singled on a changeup his first time up. That is fair down the third base line. That'll bounce off the sidewall. Church bobbles for a moment, but a good job to get to that quickly and hold Raleigh to another single.
This actually wasn't a bad pitch from Matthew Liberatore. This is the changeup. It's down, it's away. Stayed back long enough, though. Just hook it down the line, right past the glove of Gorman. A nice play, though, after the bobble by Church. He's got a cannon out there.
And here's the other home run hitting man for the Mariners, Julio Rodriguez, a 2-run shot in the first.
Well,
Will
careful
Wilson
on anything. Sorry, Chip, coming into him.
Sorry, Will Wilson. His first big league homer. Runner goes. Throw to second is a beauty, and in time, Raleigh's thrown out trying to steal for the first time, and that will end the second inning. The ball is flying at Bush. Going Jim Hayes.
Yeah, Mason has a 9-game hitting streak, had a 2-run single last night. He told me he thinks things are really clicking for him. He told me weather's warming up a bit, which always gets me going. Hit his first homer of the season on the last road trip, but he doesn't want to fall into the trap of chasing homers. He told me, I've done some of that in the past, but I've come to realize if I'm selective and don't chase, eventually guys will throw into my wheelhouse and the homers will come. Guys, that's a pretty good approach.
Good approach. Hopefully he can stick with it, Jim, as he tries to extend a 9-game hit streak. As an aside, Jimmy, if you're still there, I got to ask you, this is, of course, Pooches in the Park Day. Do you feel a little angst with your nickname being the Cat today?
Let me tell you, I love all the animals. I love the cats, but I really love the dogs. I have a dog, Stella. I know Brad has a dog. And I'm telling you, there were all types of different dogs out there, and I didn't see one make a mess on the warning track, so Bill Finley was very grateful for that.
That's always important. Get a little messy.
It's just fertilizer, isn't it?
Nathan Church with 1 out. Church has a modest 3-game hit streak and takes outside. Yeah, we were hopeful of having Buddy in the booth with us today.
Yeah, I know that Jim was going to bring Stella as well. Apparently, though, we have jobs to do early, and it was hard to just let the dogs run around. If we let Buddy in here, I guarantee you there'd be some cords eaten that we didn't need eaten. Would have been a problem.
or could have truly benefited the audience after our open today.
It's tough to say. And by the way, it is so much easier to speak without a cone around your head. And I see why those dogs struggle so much. You can't see anything. Got nothing.
And I'm down in the camera well, and I had a feeling if I brought Stella down here, Pop is a very imposing figure. She might go after him. So I thought, leave her home.
3 balls and a strike. Yeah, but we want to thank our friends at Purina for sponsoring Pooches in the Park. There were some pups up for adoption at Ballpark Village today. We understand we might get a couple of visitors during the game as that one's lined to deep right. That ball's carrying. That ball is gone. Hot diggity dog. Nathan Church has hit the 3rd solo homer for the Cardinals today.
Well, Chip, our Toyota key to the game was beat the heat, and they do it again. This is 95, top of the zone, and Nathan Church puts a charge into it. His 3rd home run of the season. It is a slugfest here at Busch.
His first home run. 4-3. As Pedro Pajes is next. He's at 204 on the year. Again, Brian Wu had not given up a home run since last year entering play. Today he's given up 3 solo homers in an inning and a 1/3.
Well, you don't have time with a guy like Wu to be indecisive. Like, you better be ready to pull the trigger, and that's exactly what the Cardinals have been able to do.
That's lifted off to the right and headed out of play. We had the luxury today of being asked to join the Cardinals hitters meeting today, just to hear the approach and hear how much work and to see in person how much interaction there is as to formulating a game plan for this offensive group. There was so much that stuck out as this one is corked into left field for a base hit on an 0-2 pitch. One thing that Brant Brown said as he started his meeting was, boys, it's National Fastball Day. Boy, was he right.
No doubt, no doubt. And they were ready. And it was. And a big thank you again for letting them, or letting us be involved in that. But it's so insightful about all the work that goes into it on a given day of getting ready. Brant Brown, his whole crew works so incredibly hard. But I love seeing how much of a collaborative effort it is. I mean, talking to each one of the guys, what's your approach? What are you looking for? Here's where he's at most of the time. This is what we're swinging at. This is what we're not.
Pajes takes off. The throw way offline. He's stolen 3rd once. Now he's got to steal a 2nd. He's 2 for 2.
Oh, by the way, first thing they did in their meeting was talk about tells that a pitcher may have and tendencies. And boy, did they get a jump there on Brian Wu.
So now a hit could tie the game. Victor Scott could use one. It's been a rough go for Victor of late. But back in the lineup, changing his hand position, they say. Put him in the hitting lab, see if some of those changes pay off here in game 2.
Yeah, looking for a smoother path to the baseball.
Two balls and a strike. What's been so odd about Victor's year are his struggles against right-handed pitching. But everything's been in and across the shoe tops. He's got the count in his favor. Inviting target on the left side for him. And he tried to hit it that way, but got it airborne. Rosarena retreats. And there's your 2nd out. So we go back to the top, and J.J. Weatherholt. Fans, let's all play ball. Don't miss Play Ball Weekend coming up June 5th through the 7th. We encourage youth everywhere to get out and play. You can visit playball.org to register for a free event near you today. First career leadoff homer for J.J. Weatherholt. 5 homers in the first 2 innings of this game. And And that is a first. We're told this is the first time in the history of this ballpark 4 or more combined homers in the first 2 innings ever.
Pretty amazing, isn't it? This is the 20th anniversary of this ballpark. You've never seen the ball fly out of here like this.
There's a shot left. That's a base hit. Pages late start has to hold up. Weatherholt, love to see that. He did that all spring, Brad. Hit the ball hard the other way. Well, he's turned on a fastball in the first inning. Hits one hard to left his second time up.
Talk about some range. This time here it's the slider from Bryan Woo. Stays inside the baseball. Very solid, balanced approach. And a wide open gap there on that side.
So now the Mariners will gather and talk it over. Ivan Herrera next. He blasted his 4th home run and now has an 8-game hitting streak. They give him the whole right side of the infield to play with. Cardinals have been all over Woo's fastball. See if they force him into throwing more of his secondary pitches. Big sigh. JJ a short lead. The pitch. Ivan thought that one was a little tight. Did nothing with it. A smart take. 0-1.
Ivan's looking to hit a fastball middle out over. That ends up being the tendency. That's where Woo oftentimes is.
Little pop towards second, but Young is slowing. He's got it. And Herrera and the Cardinals are retired in the second inning. Nathan Church extends his hit streak to 4 games. His first homer at Busch Stadium. That trims the Seattle lead to 1. Of 3 solo homers for the Cardinals. Time for our Wells Fargo active mic with the cat Jim Hayes.
I'm with Brant Brown, the hitting coach. Good time to speak with him, Brant. One of the themes so far this season has been this team always punches back. We've seen that already today. Where does that come from?
I think it just comes from the players, their resilience and our ability just to express that it doesn't matter what's going on the defensive side, is just maintain the responsibilities that we try to do and execute on the offensive side.
Woo is a guy who doesn't give up a ton of homers, but you guys have been all over his fastball. What did you tell your guys about the approach and handling him?
Well, we told him it was National Fastball Day.
Happy National Fastball Day.
He's got a very good fastball. It's one of the best in the game, and when he throws it where you want it, it's better to try to pull it foul than work backwards, because if you're off the fastball, it makes the spin or other off-speed pitches more like electric. So if you can slow the fastball down, it makes it just a cleaner and more quality at-bat.
J.J. Weatherholt led off the game with a homer, then goes the other way. He seems so advanced for a rookie. What do you see in him?
Well, he has really good eyes, and he doesn't panic. So you can talk to him, you can discuss things. He's very open, he communicates. So I just see him continuing to grow. I told people before, like, I think what we're seeing is his floor. I think there's a really large ceiling for him, and I'm going to be excited to watch it play out.
One of the guys I know you hope to get back on track is Victor Scott II. I know you've been working with him. Tell me about his buy-in, because I know you feel he's been very enthusiastic about getting it going again.
Yeah, so with Vic, he doesn't like surprises, so you just have to make sure that you feed him the information so he can process it. And the only thing really different that we're trying to do is just we're going to change his attack angle to more of a high line drive than so like short and line drivers, to where he was almost like hitting in too small of a window of the pitch and like cutting his swing off, and he doesn't do that by nature. So we're going to kind of let more of his athleticism and natural swing ability come out and play.
Last thing, Jordan Walker is having quite a month, no question, but the season has ups and downs. How important is it for a player to understand that there's going to be really good times and then times that aren't so good?
Oh, it's happening, right? Like the league is making an adjustment, and then we have to know how to counterattack. We started that today with what we call is make it look like that. So we showed him a video of his cage work opening day versus today, and it's like, what are the differences? So we're starting to work through that. He understands it a little bit more now. So I'm looking for good things to come out of Walker and continued good season.
Thanks for the chat. We appreciate it.
Always.
Happy fastball day.
Love it, Jimmy. Great chat with Brant Brown. No balls and a strike, and skied away. Again, we're very thankful to have been allowed to watch what those guys do to prepare for a big league game. Ollie invited us to go sit in on the hitters meeting, and it truly was a fascinating 45 minutes.
It was. And look, there's an overall game plan. Obviously hitting the fastball, as Brownie talked about. This one looped down the line. Nice play there. Church tracks it down. But I loved having it was the conversation individually, like, hey, JJ, what are you going to do? You going to give him a little room here? You're going to back off? Like, however it is, each guy has a different approach, and they walk through it and talk through it as a group. I thought it was fascinating, eye-opening, and I'm glad it wasn't that advanced years ago, because, boy, you think my back of my baseball card's got a lot of crooked numbers on it now. It would have looked a whole lot worse with meetings like that.
J.P. Crawford, the batter. Well, our thanks to Chad Blair, Noah Landau, Packy Elkins, Dean Kiekeffer, of course, Brownie and Casey Chenoweth. All of those guys work so many hours behind the scenes to game plan and prep and provide those guys the information that they utilize during a game. And it's not just work that's being done today for today's game. Those guys are already prepping ahead for the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Well ahead. All these staff works hard. Brandon Allen obviously in that mix as well with the hitting group. There are just so many. The idea of, like, it takes a village, like, we're in it and we really have no idea how much work goes on behind the scenes. So Ollie always raving about his staff and the work that they do, and it was cool just to see another glimpse of it.
J.P. Crawford, 2 balls, no strikes. Runner goes. Naylor got a good jump and swipes another bag. He is perfect in that category since joining Seattle, and now he finds himself in scoring position with 2 outs. 2 steals for Seattle today.
That was a very nonchalant one, right? Acted like the old I'm not paying attention, and then went as soon as the head went there for Matthew Liberatore.
So they walk Crawford. Now Mitch Garver is the batter. He has an infield hit. That was the ball smashed to short that Mason nearly got to and threw to first. First walk of the day for Libby. 2 on and 2 out. He does not yet have a 1-2-3 inning. Garver scored ahead of Will Wilson's homer, and he takes a hack and didn't get it. 0-1 the count. That's popped up. Can anybody get there? Only guy with a shot is Walker. He's going to slide and make a great catch. Man, did he cover some ground. Big strides for the Cardinals' big man in right. And as fate would have it, he's coming up second in the 3rd inning of a 1-run game. Bryant, let's see if Burleson can get in on the fun. He is our Bet365 betting odds. Like his chances of going deep here at home. Let's see if he can get it tied in the 3rd inning.
They have definitely been punching some fastballs early. We'll have to see if Brian Wu changes his approach. But again, this is a guy that throws over 70% fastballs. It's hard to imagine that he's going to be able to flip the script totally.
Line to second. Burley got it on the barrel, but he's 0 for 2. 1 pitch, 1 out, and here is Walker. Boy, an incredible amount of ground he covered for the 3rd out.
It's 119 feet that he just traveled to get that one, especially fading away from him. Didn't think he had a chance. Hopefully he caught his breath and ready for this at bat. What a fantastic play.
Wu with a deep side, now to work. And delivers a strike. I liked what Brant Brown said with Jim Hayes about Jordan, who's cooled a bit, 4 for his last 24. Showing him video to get him back to when he was scorching hot.
I think the key with that is, again, as Brownie said, look, the league makes adjustments. Your job is to make adjustments as you go. The key is not missing the ones you're supposed to be pulling the trigger on. I think that Jordan would tell you that first pitch was probably one he should have been able to jump on. That was middle low in the zone.
Walker struck out in the Cardinals' first. Redbirds hit back-to-back homers to start the game. Nathan Church, a second-inning bomb into the Cardinals bullpen. And now Walker with a bullet the other way. That gets you back on time. Hammers the slider with 2 strikes.
Chip, this is what we saw in the beginning of the season right here is hard hit baseballs to the right side. This time it's a slider from Wu with 2 strikes. This one stays up in the zone and he stays back and through this 105.3 miles an hour off the bat. That's more like it for Jordan Walker.
So he represents the tying run. Here's Gorman. He tried to hit it to left, did, but got under it and flied out. They give Gorman the third base line if he goes that way. And the Mariners have to keep an eye on Walker, who's 4 out of 4 in stolen bases. Pedro Pajes stole a bag in the second inning. Walker went the other way. Let's see if Gorman tries here. Nope. Line drive into right. So back-to-back singles for St. Louis. Happy fastball day continues. Cardinals racking up the knocks. They've got another chance to tie it or take the lead here.
Chip ready for it. That's where we know that Gorman does his damage. It's on the inner half. This one at 98 miles an hour. Your Chevy pitch track able to just hook this thing. Didn't even get all of it and still a bolt to right field.
Mason Wynn next. He grounded out to short. He's had over 100 points to his average during a 9-game hit streak. And takes a sweeper for a strike.
That's a good take again early in the count. You're looking to do damage on a fastball. The big key here for Mason Wynn is anything that's on the outer half, and they're going to pitch him there. Can he go the other way, just like we saw Walker be able to do? They want him to roll over.
And knowing that's Mason Wynn's game plan, that's a smart pitch. It missed. But they're trying to crowd Mason at the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, in off the plate, you can see him going right back to that sweeper away to see if you can get him to roll over. There it is right there, right in the outer half. Got him to swing through it.
Mason pauses for a moment, now digs back in. Cardinals left 2 on base in the second inning. That action came with 2 outs. They have 2 on, 1 away here. Down a run. That one poked toward right. Refsnyder, a long run. He's near the line. Can't get there. That'll bounce off the netting. It's a fair ball. The ball stays in play. A run scores. And Gorman stands at third base. So Mason Wynn is asking, shouldn't that be a double? Did it not bounce off the netting or in the stands? It should be, I think, a ground rule double.
Well, regardless, he should be standing at second base one way or the other with this one. This one stays up in the air. And he did have to wait for the runner in front of him as this one dropped. But that hits the net and drops. That is just still in play.
So it's a game-tying hit for Mason Wynn, a long single. 3 straight singles for the Cardinals to tie it up. And now Nathan Church is next. 4-game hitting streak for the Cardinals outfielder. Already 8 hits for the Cardinals in the game. Swing and a miss. A ball and a strike. Shot just fouled at first. It's 1-2. So we're right about the ground rules. A batted ball that hits the protective netting or screening and rebounds onto the field is in play, as you said, Brad. Had it gone into the stands, then it would have been a double. Church corks that towards center. Rodriguez retreats. Gorman at third might tag. Here's the catch. Here's the throw. Coming to the plate. Cut off. Throw to second late. Cardinals take the lead. Have yourself a day, Nathan Church. 2 RBIs. It's 5-4.
Well, this is something that the Cardinals have excelled at all season long, is playing some small ball with 2 strikes. Get one out to the outfield. Both runners are tagging up. You're reading the throw, but Mason was going right from Jump Street as soon as he saw that hitting the cutoff man. Nice work to get into scoring position there.
So the Cardinals offense is hounding Brian Wu with 5 runs on 8 hits. One of those hits came from Pedro Pages back in the 2nd inning. Cardinals have scored in every frame. Cardinals manufacturing offense, their 13th sacrifice fly off the bat of Nathan Church gives us a 5-4 lead. Win a huge lead at second. Swing, drive, hammered down the line. Pedro Pages. Pages left the building foul. Pages says it's gone. Third base umpire Moscoso says foul ball. Pages has taken the trip around, and this one's going to be reviewed. He never stopped running.
Well, Edwin Moscoso down the line's the only one that thought this thing was foul. Let's take a look at it. It is hooking, and absolutely a fair ball.
Yep, it's a home run. The Cardinals have hit 4 home runs in the first 3 innings. Dan Wilson wants to review just to make sure. The Redbirds with a 4-run 3rd inning have scored 7 in the game and now lead it 7-4.
How much fun is this right now? This group is ready to hit a little bit of everything. Another sinker. Pedro pulled the hands in and drove it.
Now Dan Wilson went out to talk to Vic Carapaza. Now they're going to officially ask for a crew chief review, but the old adage, when you look at the replay from that angle down the line, if the ball disappears behind the pole, that's a fair ball.
Yeah, the only thing this crew chief review is going to do is give your pitcher a little bit more time to breathe in this one. The Cardinals have been putting it on Brian Wu.
Confirmed. It is a home run.
Remember, Brian Wu had given up 8 earned runs all year. The Cardinals have tagged him for 7 in the first 3.
And 0 home runs coming into this one, and 4 of them for Wu.
So it's bombs away in St. Louis today. 4 homers. They've scored in every inning. And Victor Scott is coming up. Action starts in the Seattle bullpen. That's Chris Conroy.
I love it. Dude, this group is into it right now. CC, one of the best ever. Adam Olsen, the training crew here for the Cardinals. A couple of the best in the business. CC might have pulled a hammy there. He can fix it himself, though. He's that good.
This team is a lot of fun. A strike. It's 0-2. 7 Cardinals have scored a run in the game. 7 Cardinals have a hit in the game. That one smacked hard towards center, and that will retire Victor Scott and the Cardinals. St. Louis has hit 4 homers. They scored 4 in the 3rd. Cardinals TV presented by Bet365. Chip and Brad with you. Jim Hayes in the Cardinals dugout. The Redbirds have hit 4 home runs off Brian Wu, and Matthew Liberatore has the lead.
This has been amazing. The approach, the productivity so far of this offense. They had a game plan. Boy, are they executing it. They're waiting for everybody to get off the berm in center field. They had a doggy dance off.
Uh-oh.
I don't know what they called it.
Are you sure that's what that was?
Perhaps.
All I know is that if this trend continues, we'll have to get here early because we have to go to the hitters meeting. I think that's the difference today.
Well, we're going to have to bring a bunch of pooches to the ballpark every day. Always lucky.
Ricky Doherty, our great stat man upstairs, 29 balls in play in the game, 15 or over 102 miles an hour. Ooh. It is a great day to hit. That one back our way, foul. Off the bat of Cole Young, the 8th place hitter, then Will Wilson, then Rob Refsnyder. Cardinals are giving Libby some run support. They're giving him chances now to put together a clean inning. He doesn't have one of those yet. This would be a great time for it. Swing and a drive down the right field line. This one, though, is into the seats, foul. You know what's missing on Purina Pooches in the Park Day? They haven't played a doorbell sound.
Now, I've seen that at other ballparks. Maybe that's going to be a little bit later in the game.
Okay.
But the dogs go nuts.
Yeah.
I love that.
1-2 again. Off the netting foul. Oh! The attendant played that one off the net and off the body. Looks like everybody's all right.
Nice work down there. Made a fan's day.
Now to the left side. Oh no.
Yachty would never
turn in that jersey.
Oh well, you get another chance. Got to be ready, right? You're down the line. Good chance another one to come directly to you.
This one crushed to right. Cole Young has left the building. It's 7-5. Seattle's hit 3 homers.
Well, really, it was 3 misses in a row with breaking balls there from Matthew Liberatore. He ended up paying for this last one. He had a couple of backup slider, backup curveball, another slider that was center cut. 423-foot shot. We'll take a look at it. Your Chevy pitch track here from Libby. Just way too much of the plate. Young handles lefties really well. 286 the average coming in. That is second of 3 home runs against lefties.
So Pages on his way out. It's a 7-5 game. Well, in a slugfest, the advantage the Cardinals have is we get to hit last. We'll see how much offense is generated before we get to the 9th.
Yeah, this is crazy, right? 59 pitches right here. Still very manageable for Matthew Liberatore, but want to be able to stop some of this traffic that's out there. Could very well end up being a battle of the bullpens.
So here's Will Wilson. Wilson's an interesting story. He was the 15th overall pick in the draft in 2019 by the Angels. Was traded to the Giants very quickly after he signed his professional contract. Struggled to generate consistent offense in the Giants organization. Was taken in the Rule 5 minor league draft by the Guardians and then signed a minor league deal with Seattle. Think of that. 7 years after he was a #1 pick, he hit his first major league home run here today.
Takes a while, right? Takes a while. Those are stories that you end up rooting for. Certainly guys that have had to grind it out for a few years.
Played college ball at NC State. And the Cardinals bullpen is busy. Gordon Graceffo starts to play catch.
Well, how good was Graceffo in that ball game yesterday, and in his 2 innings he kept the pitch count down.
Back to the mound, and Libby gets his man for out #1. This week on Cardinals Insider, Jordan Walker reveals what changed about his offseason prep heading into his impressive start this season. Watch that now on the Cardinals YouTube channel. That's a place to go for the Cardinals Insider Show and the Fredbird Show, right? Cardinals Kids Show?
Yeah, absolutely it is. Come check us out. We've been having fun all season long.
So another mound visit here. And the Cardinals want to talk it over with the top of the order coming up for Seattle. We step aside for a quick word from BJC Healthcare. So on instruction, the Cardinals waste a mound visit to buy Graceffo some more time. Libby, 5 runs, 8 hits, 1 strikeout of the game, 1 walk, and the long ball was problematic for him. But at the moment, you have to look at it as a 2-run lead. That's where we stand in game 2.
No, it's it. Look, this is one where your offense has done so much. You want to be able to do everything you can to keep it here.
So Graceffo in back-to-back games. We'll see what he's got in the tank in the middle game of 3. Bases empty, 1 out for Seattle in the top of the.
Going to be ready for it. And he's going to school each and every one of these at-bats, intently watching. Gordon Graceffo's your Chevy call to the bullpen. 11th game this season. He was great yesterday. 2 scoreless frames. Only 23 pitches in those 2. That allows him to get back out.
In today's game, like it or hate it, the fact of the matter is starters don't go very deep into games, and guys with the skill set and success of Graceffo are extremely important. How many innings can he try to eat up for the Redbirds in this one? We are in game 2 of a stretch of 17 games without a day off. 1 ball, 1 strike for Refsnyder, who's 0 for 2. Line into center. So Refsnyder smokes a single. He's 1 for 3. We're in the 4th inning. And the tying run comes to the plate, and it is Cal Raleigh.
Boy, it sure doesn't seem like there have been many surprises for either offense so far. My goodness, everybody's seen the ball well today.
Well, we sung the praises of Brant Brown, the Cardinals hitting coach. Kevin Seitzer is the hitting coach in Seattle, and he knows a thing or two about hitting. He was a hitting coach when the Braves won the World Series. Various other stops as well.
I had Seitz as our hitting coach when I was with the Royals back in the day.
Burleson flips to second. Mason, the turn in time. Graceffo got to the bag. Raleigh rolls over. Graceffo gets a double play. Mason Wynn looking long and hard at Rob Refsnyder just to see if Seattle's going to challenge the out call at second. They won't, and that is your inning. Cardinals give up one, but not the lead. Home fourth coming up, and a Wildwood at home. Statcast time, powered by Google Cloud. J.J. Weatherholt having a great day.
Man, he went up and got one. A four-seam fastball at the top of the zone, and back-to-back homers. Both just bolts. Herrera's 429, J.J.'s 397. And the Cardinals have had an answer each and every inning along the way. It is Chevy called to the bullpen time. Jose Ferrer in on the action, his 14th game of the season. This bullpen for the Mariners has been very good. On paper, they would have the edge right now. We'll see how this plays out.
Another opposite field hit for Weatherholt. He's 3 for 3. So time to add on. Ivan Herrera's coming up. So's Jim Hayes.
Herrera went 16 games without a homer. Now he's got 4 over his last 10. He knew the power would come. He just had to straighten out his timing. He told me I could feel the back of my hip collapsing even when I put a good swing on the ball. It wasn't traveling. I feel much better now, like my whole body is moving downhill toward the ball. Guys, this lineup is so more dangerous when he's tapping into his power.
No doubt about it. That's why he's hitting second in the modern lineup. Decades ago, Brad, your best hitter hit third or fourth. Not anymore.
Yeah, and how important is that to know your body that well and to know your swing where he could just feel it. He felt that back hip. He felt like he just wasn't getting in the power position that he needed. Made that adjustment, and boy, have we seen the results.
So 1 for 2 day for him. Ferrera lefty checks out Weatherholt and delivers a swinging strike. Pooch is in the park day. Well, you can't spell woof without W-O-O. Brian Wu had a rough day, if you will. He'd given up 8 runs all season. He surrendered 7 to the Cardinals in 3 innings today on 9 hits.
Yeah, not a Purina Pooch is in the ballpark fan is Brian Wu, I don't think. Not his day today. Still one of the best arms in the game, but the Cardinals had a great plan against them.
So now it'll be fun, the cat and mouse. You've got Wu out. National Fastball Day might turn to something else with Ferrer on the hill.
Well, just like we talked about the great game plan that they had against him, they got a game plan against each one of these relievers. They go over every single guy. There's another hit by pitch, a slider that has been 5 of them in the last 9 games for Herrera.
Yep, you see the dot and the dotting. Right on the hammy. Ooh. Well, make him pay. Burleson's hit the ball hard twice, but is 0 for 2. Ferrer came over from the Nationals for Harry Ford and a minor league pitcher a couple of weeks before Christmas. Herrera shaking it off as he leads at first. 7-5. And Burley rolls it foul. Let's update your Bet365 batting odds for the Cardinals first baseman. Boy, a home run here. Heck, you like everybody's odds on a day like this when the ball's flying. 7 home runs at Busch Stadium. And we are not through 4 innings.
Burley does have one of his 3 home runs this season, left on left.
Lifted toward left again, but Arozarena in a few steps. And no advance to the runners. Burley's 0 for 3. Here's Jordan Walker. Walker struck out in his first trip to the plate, and then in the 3rd inning, really nice piece of hitting. Nice, smooth, calm, controlled swing, and rifled a 100-mile-an-hour single and scored a run. So Brant Brown already hard at work with John Jay. As Walker digs in and took a shot at right, just a touch late. That's into the seats and out of play.
You like that. 1248 OPS against left-handed pitching. He's been able to take the ball the other direction, and if Ferrer tries to throw that slider in, he better make sure he gets it in.
Cardinals knock Wu out of the game. Fewer than 4 innings. The first time in 50 starts. Now a chance with Risp. Those of you who don't like me using that term, that's runners in scoring position.
It's a good one.
A lot easier to say it the first way. Cardinals 4 for 10 with Risp in this series. And now an 0-2 count. The pitch. Swing and a miss. A changeup, and Walker was dead set on swinging. And back-to-back outs for Ferrer. And now lefty-lefty with Nolan Gorman, who's 1 for 2.
2 for 11 on the season. Left on left is Gorman. Man, this is an inning that started with a whole lot of promise. A JJ opposite field single. Herrera hit by a pitch, then 2 quick outs. To see if Gorman can get something going here with 2.
Cardinals have left just 2 on base. Gorman now with hits in 8 of his last 11 games. 3 hits in the series. Cracked bat. That's rolled towards second. And the flip to first is in time. Single and a hit batsman. But the Cardinals unable to add to the lead in what's been a wild one in St. Louis. It's 7-4, 7-5 Cardinals. Bank all your details at cardinals.com/promotions. Dodgers having some bullpen issues. They've lost Edwin Diaz for a couple of months. And Dansby Swanson sunk him last night in LA to extend the Cubs winning streak to 10 games.
Boy, they are rolling. All of a sudden this division playing some really good baseball.
That one lifted in the air to left, but Church couldn't get there. And Rodriguez has his second hit, and once again Seattle brings the tying run to the plate. So the plan was get Graceffo through Rodriguez. Now you've got a lefty lane. 3 of the next 5 batters hit from the left side. And Oliver Marmol had Justin Brule warming up, and that's who it will be in the 5th inning. 1 on, nobody out. It's a battle of the bullpens, as Brad predicted. The Nostradamus of the National League was right again. 7-5 is your score. Cardinals lead it. Proudly rooted in St. Louis, it's a partnership built on excellence. Both managers could use some excellent relief in a wild game. It's Justin Brule's turn to answer a Chevy call to the bullpen. As I said, 3 of the next 5 batters for Seattle are left-handed. Josh Naylor leads. Runner goes. Throw to second, strong but late. Rodriguez, 3rd stolen base. Brule looking right at him, but Julio moves up 90 feet. They might have some tells too. The Mariners 3 out of 4 in steals in the game.
Yeah, gets the lefty too. Ended up just going first movement right there on Brule.
Well, we told you the root issue for the Mariners was offense. They had wasted a lot of really good pitching in the first 2.5, 3 weeks of the season. That's changing. Rodriguez, Raleigh, and Naylor are all getting hot. That trio's combined for 5 hits in this game. And Naylor in his last 7, 11 for 22 at the plate. Naylor 143 average against lefties coming into play today. Did have a single against Matthew Liberatore, who gave up 8 hits, 5 runs, 3 homers in 3 1/3 today. Rodriguez, big lead. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He might not be afraid to try to take third.
You got to be very careful. You got to keep an eye.
Not here. And it sweeps off the plate. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, it really has been incredibly interesting, Chip, this year. How many different ways this Cardinal team has figured out ways to win games, right? Today they're powering up in this ball game. Hopefully it's leaning on their bullpen.
And I think that's going to be a fascinating subject to follow during this stretch. How many innings can the starters work for you? How much use will the bullpen have to provide you? That's going to be the challenge, especially against the clubs we're facing. The 3-2 is bounced foul, and we'll try again with a full count. Naylor, a big difference maker for the Mariners down the stretch last year. They rewarded him with a long-term contract. And again, the 3-2 is off his thumbs. That'll be a productive out. And Rodriguez 90 feet away. 1 out.
I did like the idea right there by Brule. Good job by Naylor to get the guy over, but I like running that sinker in on the hands after throwing him about 4 sweepers in a row. Gave him a different look.
So be careful with this guy. Rosarena has a double and a fly out. He kills lefties. Best average against southpaw pitchers of any Mariner in the lineup entering today's action. Well, Brule going right after him. It's no balls, 2 strikes. Little pop, foul ground. Gorman on the run, won't get there. And Rosarena has another swing here. Still behind 0-2.
That is a whole lot of success here against left-handed pitching, but 0-2 right now. Brule's the one in the driver's seat. If you're going to try to go in with the slider, we've talked about this with him, you got to get way in there. It's got to be back foot to swing over the top. Don't mind turning over a changeup down the way. You can get him to reach. Went changeup, just didn't quite get it turned over.
One ball, 2 strikes. Fly ball centered. Victor's there. He'll make the catch. Rodriguez tags. The throw will be late. And Rosarena delivers a sacrifice fly to make it a 1-run game. It's 7-6 in the 5th. So charge that run to Graceffo. Rodriguez has scored twice. So the stolen base and ground out turns into a run courtesy of a fly ball, and now Crawford bats with the bases empty. And on the ground to second. Brule's going to get out of this with a 1-run lead. We are halfway through. Purina Pooches in the park day at Busch. We're having a howling good time at 7-6. We've got the Dodgers and Brewers coming into St. Louis. But we're not done with the Mariners today. A wild one. 7-6 your score. The Redbirds up for their turn at the plate in the 5th inning. Mason Wynn bats. He singled home a run in the 3rd. That was that weird play where the ball bounced off the warning track and up against and off the netting. It stayed in play. Mason's trip to first stopped there. He thought the ball was in the stands. Gorman was unsure of where to go and what to do as well. It was all irrelevant after Pages hit the home run, but just a weird play all the way around.
And that was one too. I don't think that Gorman was going to be able to score on that anyhow. After you had to see it down, right, it ended up dropping right in front of Ref Snyder. Mason definitely could have been at second base, but it was an odd play, that's for sure. But time to tack on a little bit more here in the 5th inning, man. Mason has been hot as of late, obviously, but he's been very good against left-handed pitching. 6 for 17. That's a .353 clip.
Redbirds had a chance last inning. 2 on, nobody out. Your 3, 4, 5 hitters up. Couldn't advance or score a 8th or 9th run. So we start anew here in the 5th. Wynn, Church, and Pages coming up. This one hit hard toward right. That's going to be caught by Ref Snyder. And Mason is retired. For out number 1, here's Nathan Church. He is our BJC Healthcare difference maker today.
Well, home run number 3 of the season for Church's first one at Busch Stadium, and it was a blast. Everybody loving it. Pogge hands up in the bullpen there for the Cardinals, and this guy just keeps stepping up. Defensively, one of the best out there, but offensively, he can hurt you.
Showed bunt and bounces that off Garver for a strike. Seven runs on 10 hits, 6 runs on 10 hits for Seattle. Will that be enough? We've got 4+ innings to find out.
Well, that's what the Cardinals have done, man. They played in so many tight games, and they're in on everything. The winning margin, they don't win by 7, 8 runs oftentimes. They're playing these very close affairs.
Crawford just in time. He had to wait for gravity, play that big hop, and Church busting down the line is the 5th straight batter retired by Ferrer. Well, to your point, the Cardinals offensively, uncharacteristically today, have broken out in the first half of the game. It's usually against the other club's bullpens where they do a bunch of their damage.
Well, nothing's saying you can't do both things, right?
Yeah. Ryan Shapiro, our producer, sent me a note that since the start of last season, when leading after 5 innings, the Cardinals are 63-7.
That's ridiculously good. I would have to venture that's one of the best marks in baseball.
It's second only to Toronto. So Pages with a homer, takes slow. I will say this, and I believe it to be true. I think Ali's an exceptional manager. The best thing he does, I think, is run a bullpen. He is very good at being ahead of the curve, getting the matchups he wants. They don't always work, of course. That's the nature of the game. But a lot of that has to do with bullpen management. That 63-7 mark in the 5th inning in a sport where starters go 5 or 6 innings. That's a big part of it.
Yeah, Ali and his staff are never caught off guard by something. They're looking ahead. They're seeing the other opposition's the potential moves that might be there. There's always an arm ready for whatever the situation dictates. And, oh, by the way, keeping those guys healthy in the meantime, too. Like that is another big thing. Dusty, Ali have done a really good job of that. Julio Rangel in the bullpen. Bullpen coach does a fantastic job of readying his guys.
And I can promise you, we won't know till after the game, but a bit of the calculus as to why Liberatore came out of the game. It's obviously didn't have his good stuff. 17 games in 17 days, save bullets for the next one.
Yeah, absolutely, right. And take your chance. Your offense gave you so much in this one, too. You wanted to give them the best opportunity to win a ball game.
They pitch around Pages. They go lefty-lefty with Victor Scott with 2 outs in the 5th. That's the third base runner versus Ferrer in the game. Victor 0 for 2. We say it quite a bit when Victor's up. Third baseman plays in on the grass. Shortstop plays up the middle, inviting target to the left side. Victor sees that, knows that too. Just hasn't been able to get the swing path directed that way consistently, but did just that to keep the inning alive. Don't have to hit it hard, just put it in play, and he did.
Chip, fantastic timing, laid it out perfectly, and that's part of that stroke, direct to the baseball. Let's take a look at the pitch. First of all, Chevy pitch track. This is sinker on the inner half. This is not an easy thing to go the other way with unless there's intent in your swing to do so, and he did it. That is fantastic. You know that one felt good.
Now they've got to face Weatherholt, who's perfect, 3 for 3 today. So 2 on in the 4th inning, 2 on in the 5th, this time with 2 outs. And that one shot of the first pitch to the shortstop. He'll step on the bag, and Crawford retires the Cardinals and ends Weatherholt's 3 for 3 day. 7-6 on we go to the 6th inning.
I'm pretty sure he'd be blind. Chevy going to the bullpen time. It is George Soriano. George is in for his 12th game of the season. Cardinals sitting here in this ball game, got a 1-run lead here in the 6th inning. Trying to hand it over to the back end of the bullpen where the Cardinals have been so strong. JoJo's been great. O'Brien can't get any better than what he's done.
For the next 6 hitters, bat right-handed. That's why Soriano's in a 1-run affair. And Mitch Garver, the catcher, couldn't stop himself and takes a strike. Cardinals are 5-1 in 1-run games. Seattle has played a ton of them themselves. They won a 1-run game last night. I think they're 4-6 in 1-run affairs this season. 1 ball, 1 strike. High in the air to left. Back to the track and wall is Church. Up against the first. He got it. He brought another one back.
Chip, flashbacks to opening day against the Rays around that same exact spot. Nathan Church knows exactly where he's at and keeps the lead for the Cardinals. Wow.
Well, I'm going to say Church has a 3 RBI day today. He's knocked in 2 and he saved 1. Cole Young, a strike. Young homered his last time up. Brad, you've been here longer than I. Can you remember, and I know it's happened relatively recently, but were the balls flown like this this early in the season?
Well, I mean, it hasn't.
There's another one deep center. Full sprint, and this one off the top of the wall. Young on his way to second. I mean, everything in the air is rocketing here at Busch Stadium.
You had the number earlier. Busch Stadium, this Busch Stadium, who's in its 20th season, had not seen that many home runs early in a ball game ever. Everything is taking off. This one dead center field, maybe a foot away from another home run in this ball game. It's been nuts.
So it's a double for Young. First extra base hit allowed to a left-handed batter by George Soriano, and now Dominic Canzone will come on and bat for Will Wilson, who hit his first big league homer back in the 2nd inning. We've said it before, we'll say it again. This Cardinal team sure knows how to keep an audience.
It's wild. It really is.
Canzone started last night. And he went 1 for 3 and drove in his 11th run. Former Diamondback. Three o'clock in St. Louis. What an entertaining game. 13 runs, 22 hits, and 6 different pitchers. Off his foot, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
That's such a good pitch by Soriano. Turned over back-to-back changeups right there. You're worried about the fastball. It could be 97, 98 miles an hour. Drops that one in at 90, just getting guys out in front. Now he's got an opportunity. He can go back out there even further if he wants to, or run that heat up.
Up the middle, a base hit. Young around third. He is going to score, and Seattle's tied the game at 7-7. So Dan Wilson pushes the right button. Canzone with an RBI in back-to-back games, and we start over here in game 2.
You'll see where Pajas was set up behind the plate with 2 strikes. As we talked about, your Chevy pitch track, he wanted this thing up above the zone, but it stays down. So does Canzone on it.
So the Mariners will play platoon advantage again. Luke Raley's going to grab a bat. So 7-7 in the 6th. Nine different Mariners have hits. The only starter without one is Mr. Crawford, their shortstop. And Raley didn't get it. A swinging strike. He went 0 for 2 last night. Former Dodger, former Ray, now current Mariner. Spent some extra time working with their Hall of Fame hitting guru Edgar Martinez to get on track. 5 homers, 13 RBIs for Raley, who didn't get a changeup. In the home 6th, we'll have Herrera, Burleson, and Walker coming up. And we told you at the start of the series that the Mariners offense was waking up. They have 6 double-digit hit games. 4 of them have come in the last week. 1-2. And a swing and a miss. Soriano's first strikeout. And now Cal Raleigh bats. If the goal of Major League Baseball and ABS was to have the ball in play more, this is one of their dream games, I would say.
Oh, it is. Definitely forcing some action. As you've talked about a lot, Chip, just seeing far less chase in our game now.
But Vic Carapaza's had a real good game behind the plate. Just a handful of ball strike challenges. Like how Vic calls his strikes too. Let you know immediately and very demonstratively. To first and right at Burley, and that will retire the side. 1 run, 2 hits. Home 6th coming up. Heart of the order due for the Cardinals in a 7-7 slugfest. Jersey. All the details. Cardinals.com/theme. Dodgers and Brewers on our next homestand. Hope you'll join us as we say hello to Cooper Criswell. He's next to answer the Chevy call of the bullpen.
Oh, another guy in the pen throwing the ball well here for the Mariners. Criswell well traveled over the last couple of years. Angels, Rays, and then 24 and 25 with Boston.
Two defensive changes for Seattle. Luke Raley stays in the game to play right. Leo Rivas checks into play third. And you can see why right-handers might have trouble with Mr. Criswell. where's another one? This is unbelievable. He's hit for the second trip to the plate in a row, and he's smarting. Might have got him in the same spot.
It was this right thigh on this one, Chip. Boy, he has been taking a beating.
So he's been hit in 5 of the last 8 games for the Cardinals. And somewhere Don Baylor and Craig Biggio are saying you're catching up. Those two guys got plunked a lot. Herrera now hit 8 times. Weatherholt's been hit 6 times. And now Burleson bats. A little late. Burley 0 for 6 in the series. He's hit the ball to left field twice, and he's lined out to second once. Short lead at first, Herrera. And upstairs. Seattle, like the Marlins, also plays Naylor in front of the bag on the diagonal close to the pitcher's mound, not holding a foot on the base. Burley late again, 1-2. That time a changeup. And he chased up and out of the zone. Burleson is 0 for 4. 1 on, 1 out. Walker's turn. Walker, a single, a run scored, and 2 swinging strikeouts today. The single went to right. It was a beauty.
Well, that's going to be the key. You talked about being tough on right-handers with that arm angle. Jordan's got to be thinking on that outer half of the plate, and he doesn't throw hard enough. He comes into you. He's still got the ability to pull those hands in.
That's the target for Walker. It takes 2 balls and a strike. Nolan Gorman next, then Mason Wynn. Cardinals have 7 runs on 11 hits. They hit 4 homers in the first 3 innings of this game. They hit homers on back-to-back pitches in the first. Hot shot right to the shortstop. 1 there, and the turn is dug out at first, and that will retire the side. We've completed 6. This battle of the bullpens continues on our offensive Saturday in St. Louis. To answer our Chevy call to the bullpen, there are his numbers as we check in once again with Jim Hayes.
Yes, Stanek has had some bumps in the road in the early going this season, but he says that's part of the deal as a reliever. He told me ERA as a bullpen guy isn't something that's worth looking at. You have 1 bad week and the numbers get inflated. He told me the best way to move forward, just do what you do best, which for me is attacking the hitter. Guy's born in St. Louis, grew up a Cardinals fan, and is having a blast, although he was named after a Cub intentionally. He was.
Well, we'll forgive him for that because he just got Rodriguez to pop out on the first pitch, Jim. That's a good start. 1 away in the 7th. What do you notice about Stanek? I mean, he's got great stuff. The fastball tickles 100. He's got the split.
Yeah, what has stood out recently is just he's been erratic, right? 3 walks last time out for him. The stuff is outlandish. Like, it is fantastically good, but when you fall behind in counts, that's when you get in trouble. I think that's been the key, but he's got the right outlook. Look, this is a veteran guy that's been there, done that. He knows that if you're hemming and hawing over every single outing, if you let those weigh on you, it's going to be a long season. He's not doing that. He's going right after these guys. He's on the attack mode. I like seeing that splitter too at the bottom of the strike zone. The ability to throw that in the zone at the bottom. A lot of guys have been laying off of that right now. They haven't respected the fact that he can throw it for a strike. That's 2 at the bottom of the zone there. Now he can run that fastball up above the zone. But this guy's going to be a key component of why this team is going to succeed.
And he's facing one of his former clubs. Stanek started the 2024 season with the Mariners, went 6-3, saved 7 games, and punched out 44 in 39 innings. Cardinals would like similar results this season from him. And that one is whacked into center. 101 miles an hour. Naylor pulled that and singles on an 0-2 count.
Well, he did go splitter, and then top of the zone, but 0-2. You'd like to be able to get up there a little bit higher.
It's just amazing how hitters are able to pull that kind of velocity these days. Rosarena is 1 for 2 with a sac fly and a stolen base. I've used this story before, but it's always worth repeating. When Mark Wohlers came up with the Braves years ago, everybody was on this top step oohing and eyeing because he touched 94 or 95. That was 101 miles an hour, and Naylor put a good swing on it.
And seemingly every bullpen's trotting out 2 or 3 of those guys. I mean, the game has changed, and like anything else, right, the more you see something, the more you're able to adjust. Hitters know how to hit that. So the key is, can you land that? Can you land a slider? That one get called on the corner.
Rosarena wants to challenge. ABS powered by T-Mobile. Let's see if he's right. And he is.
Cause of return.
So now a 2-0 count. Well, Brant Brown said it was National Fastball Day. It's certainly been the case with Stanek, who's powdering him in at 98, but that's ball 3 with J.P. Crawford on deck. Naylor takes off. It's a strike. No chance to get him. And an opportunistic swipe of second. Now he's in scoring position with 1 out.
Naylor's just picking apart each and every one of the Cardinals pitchers. He had 4 steps before Stanek even delivered that.
So a dangerous pitch here. And he's back full at 3-2. Casual fan would say, well, why don't you just step off?
Well, I think he already was committed at that point, right? Like, the idea of it was sometimes you just get so set in your ways that stepping off, the thought isn't even there.
Fly ball right. Walker is there. He makes the grab and no advance. Another perfect throw from Walker. So Rosarena missed a cookie 2 pitches ago. Flies out to right here. And it's 2 outs for Crawford, and Ollie Marmol is on his way out. He's got JoJo Romero ready. Again, that lefty lane of 2 of the next 4 hitters batting from the port side, as they say in nautical terms. 7-7 in the 7th. Stanek faces 3, retires 2 here in game 2 of the series. And high, a 7-7 game. And now JoJo Romero's on for his 12th game. He'll try to retire J.P. Crawford and send us to the stretch tied up. And that's a good way to start. Boy, JoJo's had a terrific start to the season.
Yeah, he has been so good. You know, it's probably felt like a long few days for him. JoJo ended up giving up some runs last time out against Houston. Did not pitch in the Miami series. Gave up 3. But to that point, he had been virtually unhittable. So great to get him back out there. You'd love it to be with the lead, but this is the guy to keep the game right where it's at.
5th reliever for the Cardinals. Nobody's worked more than an inning. Again, bullpen management extremely important. keeping guys fresh for this stretch of 17 in a row that we have begun with this Seattle series. 2 balls and a strike. Got the inside corner. Naylor's great at given location as he stands at second. And fly ball left center. Victor on the run. He's going to get there, and that will retire the side. 7th inning stretch time in St. Louis. A home run inning. If Nolan Gorman and company can blast a homer, your Gateway Honda dealers donate $1,000 to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Old foul to start things off. Cooper Criswell back out there for Seattle. That is Brian Wu, who got clobbered today. 7 runs in 3 innings and 4 home runs.
Yeah, had not given up a home run all season long. The Cardinals were just all over him, punishing fastballs. You know that's one of the best arms in the league, but anybody can be gotten to on a given day.
I hope that's the case for Criswell. Gorman with a hit today to highlight a 1-for-3 afternoon. He's got a 4-game streak. And the whole left side of the infield to play with. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cardinals have the leadoff man on in the 4th. 2 on, nobody out, couldn't score. Got a hit batsman in the 6th, but a double play took him out of that inning. And here we are, 7-7. $27,236 have joined us at Busch today. Hope you'll join us tomorrow for the series wrap up. As Gorman did get a ball with a wrinkle in it, he's down on strikes, a cutter, 1 man down. Mason Wynn. Seattle's bullpen so far today. 3 1/3 innings of 2-hit relief. Cardinals 3 2/3 innings. They've allowed 2 runs.
Mason's probably going to see a lot of that from Criswell. That sweeper away. They want to try to get him to roll over to the left side. We'll see if he can continue that right field, opposite field approach.
You mentioned earlier about Criswell, and I think it's a point we've talked about a lot. As hard as everybody throws now, he still throws plenty hard, but 92, 93 is almost below hitting speed, it seems, at this level.
It's different. It definitely is different than it was before. Now that arm angle of his really changes things. The way that the ball moves changes things as well, and he reaches out there pretty good. So I'm sure the perceived velocity is a little bit different. But when everybody, if you're geared up for 97, 98, that guy will keep you off balance.
And you see the kinds of swings you're getting. That was 92 miles an hour, and the best Mason could do was foul that to the right. So it is all about messing up the hitter's timing. Mason singled in the 3rd to extend his batting streak to 10 games. Gentle breeze blowing out toward the Seattle bullpen. And that one golfed to the left side. That'll sneak through. A 2-hit game for Mason Wynn. So now it's part of the lineup where you think about maybe getting Wynn in motion here. Good to see him with a 2-hit afternoon.
Went down and got a changeup too. Snuck it right through the 5-6 hole. That is better balance right there. We saw in recent weeks him maybe pull off that pitch and miss it totally.
Cardinals do have a stolen base in the game. It's by Pedro Pajes. Let's see if Wynn can steal his 4th. As Church got crowded, didn't think so, but takes a strike. Nathan's had a good day. 2 RBIs. He's hit a homer. And how big was his home run saving catch looking at the moment? Not sure if Mitch Garver said anything to him when he came to the plate, but I imagine he would have.
I would think so. Probably something like nice catch and then adjective.
1 ball, 1 strike. And Mason chased back. So much goes into the complications of trying to steal a base. You worry about the catcher's arm, how quick is the release for the pitcher, who's running, who's at the plate. Mason's got another half step on the lead and not going. Swing, fly ball, well hit, right track, wall, gone! A two-homer game for Nathan Church. Amen, baby. The Cardinals needed that. It's 9-7.
Chip Busch Stadium is on its feet right now. Nathan Church with his first career two-home run ball game. He robbed one as well. With everything that's happened, this is quickly becoming the Church game.
Everybody up. They want Church to come out and take a curtain call. Five home runs for the Cardinals today. Church with 2, Pages with 1. Weatherholt and Herrera have gone deep. So the Cardinals, bottom of the order, getting it done today. Wynn, Church, Pages have knocked in 7 runs. And Nathan took away a home run, you'll recall, as well. That's a good pitch. Sweeper. Slower than slow. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, all of a sudden, after a sweeper like that, 292 is going to look very firm. See if Pages can stay on this one. What a wild day this has been.
Deep short. Crawford, long throw. And the flying feet of Pages reward him with an infield hit. He's 3 for 3. He's going to ask to bat leadoff tomorrow. Let's pay off our Honda home run inning. Nathan Church with the honors today.
That was huge. Cutter and up and in. See how fast those hands are for Nathan Church. Just directly to the ball. And another laser into the pan.
So your Gateway Honda dealers, another $1,000 to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. You're right. The Church game.
I also kind of like the flying headbutt. What does Pages got going here? A little hamstring, maybe?
So Stubby Clapp point to the back of his left leg. Now remember, Pages on the road trip in Miami scored a run and slipped when he stood on when he crossed home plate. Might have tweaked something there. Don't know how badly that's bothering him. Let's see. Big man rumbling down the line, and no sign of discomfort as he slowed down the first base line, but looks like he won't be able to continue. Hope it's not serious for Pages. He is so instrumental in handling this pitching staff. And Thomas Ajayce is going to pinch run for him with 1 out in the 7th inning.
Well, we'll certainly let you know if we hear anything more. I'm sure we'll hear more after the game there with Pages, but incredibly disappointing. You're right. This guy knows his staff so well, calls such a great game, obviously swinging it really well today.
9 runs on 7 hits for the Cardinals. 8 players with a hit. 7 have scored a run, and 5 different men with an RBI. We talk all the time and use the noun team. More often than not, Brad, the Birds victories have looked exactly like this. Maybe not 9 runs scored, but just the offense spread up and down the lineup.
Yeah, and that's how they're built. They're not built for one guy to carry them. And there will be days like that. There will be games like that. We saw it actually a little early with Jordan Walker, who was able to really help carry some offense. But really, balance is going to be the biggest key for this team's success.
Pitches piling up for Criswell. Seattle has bullpen action. Romero's going to come back out for the 8th inning. Again, a lefty lane for him. Two balls and a strike. Cole Wilcox is the man getting loose. And Pedro, first 3-hit game of the year, has to be removed for a pinch runner. And they keep it in on the hands of Victor. He rolls it foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Victor's base hit came in the 5th inning and went the other way. Didn't hit it hard, just served it between short and third. You got Sajaci pinch running at first here. And that's the pitch that's been erasing Victor right across the shoe tops. Bookend strikeouts for Criswell, 2 outs, and Weatherholt your batter. Big day for JJ, his first career leadoff home run. And 2 singles to boot. JJ a little more patient at the plate in the game today. We talked with that about the Cardinals leadoff man with the skipper before the game. As this one hit high in the air to right and playable for Raley. Rodriguez joins the fray, and that will retire the side. More on Weatherholt and the Cardinals, who get a Nathan Church homer. Beautiful line drive swing, and it carries into the bullpen. 2 homers to a Nathan Church 2-run homer. And now it's Mitch Garver to face JoJo Romero. Brad, let's look at the lineup card and see how Ollie plans or would like to plan out the final 6 outs to get.
Well, the hope would be here a quick 1-2-3 for JoJo. You turn it right over to Riley O'Brien for the 9th inning. You do have 3 of the next 4 batters are from the left side. After that, Cal Raleigh, the switch hitter, better against right-handed pitching than left. The question is just how long you want to run JoJo out there.
On the ground left side, that sneaks past Gorman, and Garver has a leadoff single. So Seattle again will bring the tying run to the plate. It's Cole Young. Let's check in with Scott Warman and Al Roboski.
All right, Chip, of course, after today's game, we'll have Cardinal post game, and it'll be brought to you by CarShield. A lot to discuss, of course, the big day by Nathan Church.
Yeah, 2 home runs. He stole a home run from the Mariners and also had a sac fly, so 4 RBIs on the day.
All right, that's all coming up following today's game, Chip.
Thank you, fellas. Look forward to catching you after the Cardinals even the series as Cole Young's pushed off the plate. He's had an impressive day. He's homered, doubled, and scored twice.
I told you with Cole Young, man, he handles lefties really well. Was able to handle Matthew Liberatore. Came in batting .286. That number only jumped.
No swing. With Pedro Pajes out of the game, it's Joel Pozo in the catcher's gear behind the plate. Bottom of the order for Seattle. Let's not mess around too much. The big boys are lurking. We're going to have to face them one more time. And a shot into center field. Young has a 3-hit day. So back-to-back hits. And now trouble afoot in the 8th. Canzone coming up. Down 2 on, and nobody out.
Now for Young, the good work against the lefties continues. Jumped a fastball up in the zone. JoJo certainly could use some swing and miss or a ball on the ground here.
So it's Leo Rivas, not Canzone here. This is an automatic bunt opportunity. Let's see if Seattle plays some National League style baseball. They try to, and they do. It's a beautiful bunt. Only one play. It's to first, and JJ's there at the bag. Believe it or not, that's the first sacrifice bunt for Seattle this year. And now they're at second and third with one out.
He comes in and gets the job done right here. It was a very good job by Gorman to pounce on that. A lot of times your pitcher might end up going after that ball.
So Luke Raley, the scheduled batter. And Connor Joe, former Colorado Rocky, remember him? He's going to make his first appearance of the series. So it's Joe in the 8th, key man in the inning for them. And Oliver Marmol is going to pop out of the dugout. He's got Riley O'Brien ready to go in the bullpen, and it looks like Ollie is going to try to put out the fire right here, because as we said, the big boys are coming up. Joe, Raleigh, Rodriguez, and Naylor with the tying runs in scoring position. Jojo Romero departs. Riley O'Brien, the former Mariner, on his way in the 8th. Well, partner, Riley O'Brien has been darn near unhittable this year in relief for the Cardinals. That would be an ideal way to wrap things up in the 8th.
This is what you need right here. You're looking for a little bit of swing and miss. This guy's got it. Over 10 K per 9 for Riley O'Brien. Also on the ground a ton.
So Connor Joe has never faced O'Brien. Joe is up with second and third, one out. Limited duty for Connor. The pitch. Lined into right center field. Walker will play it on a backhand. That is going to tie this game. Connor Joe hits the first pitch. Well, that wasn't the way things were supposed to work out. It's a 9-9 game.
Man, credit Connor Joe. He was ready to swing the bat. Got a sinker. This thing middle in at 100 miles an hour. And we say it again. Got a whole new ball game.
Cal Raleigh couldn't check his swing. Raleigh, 2 singles in his first 2 trips. Hit into a double play in the 4th. And bounced out to first to end the 6th. In the 8th, the Cardinals will have their big boys coming up. Back and forth we go. Another incredibly entertaining game. Very different from last night, but fun nonetheless. Both runs allowed in this inning are charged to Jojo Romero. And now keep an eye on Joe leading from first. A ball and 2 strikes. That's hammered down the line, but well foul. A lot of traffic on the base paths. Hope your Cardinals TV crew gets your praise today. Amazing shots on this pretty day at Busch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Disappearing sweeper. There's your second out of the inning.
Riley O'Brien just able to bury it. This one looks like a fastball out of the hands and gets one of the most dangerous hitters around.
Julio Rodriguez has scored twice. Had allowed 2-run homer in the first inning. Wilcox was up in the Seattle pen. Now it's Matt Brash. We saw him last night. Cardinals have gone 6 deep in their bullpen today after Matthew Liberatore went 3 1/3. And to your point, Brad, Cardinals had the 2-run lead. Ollie went for the jugular here. It didn't work out. Now you got a tie game. You hope you can take the lead in the 8th and not have to play extra innings.
Yeah, no kidding, right? Then some other hero's going to end up having to step up in this bullpen.
That's to first and just foul. Cardinals have used both of the left-handers, Brule and Romero. The lone man left is Matt Swanson in the Cardinals bullpen. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that throw might have hit Connor Joe. I'm not sure Burley got leather on it. 18 runs and 30 hits in this game, and nothing decided yet. Runner got a good jump and tap foul. There's a break. Just one throw over for Riley O'Brien. Mariners are not afraid to dance off the bag and get a walking and then running lead. Joe a shorter lead this time, and it skips up. Nice stop, Pozo.
It's a good pick back there by Joel Pozo. Not easy to do. This thing just spiked.
Two balls, 2 strikes. So that's the second disengagement. Gorman hugs the line at third. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner goes. Big jump, and that's lofted toward the upper deck. Good fielding family handled that one cleanly. And here we go. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner goes. What a battle here. It'll take at least 8 pitches to decide this outcome. Pop fly foul back toward us.
Let's see how he's doing it. He showed him a little bit of everything as of late. A couple of sinkers, the slider and the sweeper, the last 2 that were fouled off. Might be some room on those hands with a sinker.
That pitch had everybody crossed up. Pozo struggled to catch it, and Connor Joe started then slammed on the brakes. He'll be going now 3-2. And Naylor waits on deck. He's already had a big day. 3-2 on the ground, hit and run. They'll be at first and third, 2 out. What an at bat by Julio Rodriguez, his 3rd hit, 9 pitches, I believe. And he outlasts O'Brien, who surrenders his 2nd single of the inning. And now you do have to face Naylor, albeit with 2 outs.
Pretty impressive on the 10th pitch of the at-bat, able to go the other way with it. It was a fastball away, went that direction with the runner in motion.
"31st hit of the game. Naylor has 2 of them. 2 singles, 2 stolen bases. And now Pozo's got to be on his toes. Anything in the dirt he's got to knock down, because you know Connor Joe will think about streaking home from third. Any concerns about Seattle's offense ought to be dispelled today.
Well, you knew it was coming, too. That's the thing.
High fly to right. Walker on the run. He's in the corner. He adjusts on the fly. And that will retire the side. 2 runs, 4 hits for the Mariners. They tie it in the 8th. But here comes the heart of the Cardinals order. Entertained. What a game.
No, it has been wildly entertaining. Like we talked about, a lot of different heroes have popped up in this one. Church has had himself a monster day. But hopefully talking about some more heroes late in this ball game as the Mariners go to their pen yet again. It's going to be Matt Brash. We saw him in the ball game yesterday with a scoreless frame. Brash in his 4th season with the Mariners. Solid year last year. Back in 2023, 78 games out of the pen for them. So he's been oft-used, missed all of 24 due to injury.
Nice game for Herrera. He's homered, he's popped out, and he's been hit twice. Center cut at 97. So we're back to the old fastball theme again from Brash. He's the 3rd reliever for Seattle. Ferrer went 2, Criswell went 2. And Ivan chased that slider. It exploded away from him for out number 1 in the 8th. Let's get Burley going, shall we? He's 0 for 7 in the series. He's got an RBI against every opponent the Cardinals have played this year, except Seattle. Let's change that. And a sign of respect. Got a breaking ball to start the sequence. 1 ball, no strikes. Cardinals have hit 5 homers today. Will it be enough? Lifted toward left and out of play. Now Burley's got to protect a ball and 2 strikes. There's a good catch. He's from Taos, Missouri, which, as we all know, is Tom Henke's hometown. On the ground is second. Burley's going to be retired. Quickly 2 outs, and Jordan Walker is next. It just seems so apropos that on this day somebody pops one to win you the game. Walker could be that guy. His last homer came against the Guardians. That was on April 13th. Oh, he got hit on the hand. Oh man, that was solid.
And that was a scary one right there with Jordan. Chris Conroy, Ollie Marmol out to take a look at it, but this was 98-99 right off the hand.
Cardinals are getting hit a lot. '22nd hit batsman on the season. They've gotten Herrera twice today, now Walker. So let's see if the Cardinals' big man tries to steal a bag here and get in scoring position. Of course, Brash isn't trying to hit anybody. It just got away from him, but That's the potential winning run if Walker could come around and score. Gorman has a single and a run. Let's see if that hit batsman makes Brash a little gun shy here. Jordan's got a good lead, not going. And a slider for a strike. No fastballs yet for Gorman in this sequence. See if he can hunt one here. The pitch. Runner goes. Pitch low. Garver's throw is going to be in time. Walker never slid. That could have been disastrous. Jordan Walker didn't slide into the bag at second and landed very awkwardly. The Cardinals are going to take a look at this. Walker's going to get up gingerly. Let's see if Jordan is indeed out. That was the call by Hunter Wendelstedt. That was a weird play.
It was incredibly weird. I don't know if he got hung up trying to slide. They're going to take a look at it, but man, that was late. If he was trying to slide, it sure did look way too late.
Oh, he skidded. He's on the base there. Came off the base there, never held the tag, and then slipped. And look at that left angle nearly twist.
Yeah, did he get it right there directly on that foot?
Yeah, the original call was out. Yeah, it looks like he got him on the top of the foot before the right foot got to the bag. But again, I'm surprised that he
got a slide.
Went in so late. Yeah, that makes no sense. So we await the outcome. The Mariners think Walker's going to be out. There's MLB replays operations in New York. Chris Guccione and Mark Wegner are the replay officials assigned our game. Already lost Pedro Pajes today. Left hamstring tightness for him. And a very painful eighth for Jordan Walker. Hit by a pitch.
The field stands. The runner is out.
And then an awkward slide at second. The Cardinals are out of luck in the eighth inning. And we head to the ninth. It's a 9-9 score. 18 runs, 31 combined hits, and still no leader. Randy Arozarena leads off the ninth. So Riley O'Brien back to work for the Cardinals. Got 2 outs and surrendered 2 hits and the lead in the eighth. Arozarena, Crawford, and Garver are scheduled. When we get to the ninth, Nolan Gorman will be back in the box. Wynn, Church, and Pozo, the others scheduled.
Kind of sets up well for the Church game, if you will.
That's a short hop to third. Well played and a nice stretch. Arozarena retired. 1 out. Again, Pedro Pajes out with left hamstring tightness. Walker stays in the game for the Cardinals. He's in right. And here's Crawford 0 for 3. Cardinals have gone 6 deep in their bullpen today, but I tip my cap to Oliver Marmol. Nobody's worked more than an inning except this man, Riley O'Brien. Next out will be an inning and a third's worth of work for him. Just 22 pitches so far. Bunt try, and it's a beauty. No play. An infield hit for Crawford. So he lays down a perfect bunt. And Seattle has another hit, their 18th of the game.
Pretty good weapon to have right there in the bag. This is one where Gorman at third is playing way back, so it didn't have to be perfect. Just had to get it past the pitcher. That's what he was able to do. Keep an eye on him over at first. They have been running like crazy on the Cardinals.
Crawford's 0 for 1 in steal tries. Not going here. Again, you mentioned the Church game. How big was the play of Nathan against this man early in the game?
Went back to the wall, found it, robbed himself a home run at the time, kept it a 7-6 ball game.
A ball and a strike. And Burleson saved a throwing error. Munoz getting ready in the Seattle bullpen. The Cardinals are going to challenge this.
St. Louis catcher is challenging the ball call.
It looked inside. Let's see if it was. ABS powered by T-Mobile.
Confirmed. St. Louis has one challenge remaining.
So the Cardinals have one challenge left. 3 balls and a strike. That's rifled back toward the Cardinals radio booth, where the voice of the Cardinals, John Rooney, Ricky Horton, Mike Claiborne, are working their magic on KMOX.
You know, those guys are always on the ready. Ricky, quick hands back there. Pitcher, PFPs, never goes away.
A double play would be nice. Runner goes, and it's ball 4. So Riley O'Brien uncharacteristically has a lot of base runners in this game, and the pitch is piling up for him. And now you've got somebody playing catch in the Cardinals bullpen. It is Matt Swanson. He's the Lone Ranger left. Oh, Ryan Fernandez too, excuse me. So bunt, single, and a walk. It's set up for Seattle. That's the first walk for the Cardinals bullpen today. In fact, they've only walked 2 batters all day.
It's very impressive. It is, because that had been something here leading into this ball game that had been a real issue. What a ground ball right here off the bat of Young,
who's a triple shy of the cycle. The shadows starting to creep toward the batter's circle. The 0-2 pitch. Cole's not a big dude, but looks to me like the ball jumps off his bat. It's loud when he makes contact. And it takes a little punishment there. 15 hits for the Mariners. That's the third most by any team in the big leagues this year. Baltimore had 20 hits against the Red Sox in yesterday's game. Now the 0-2, way high. In that game, Baltimore hit 5 homers. How about the Red Sox? 9-17 to start the year.
Didn't see that coming. Nope, for sure. Not with that group.
One ball, 2 strikes. The way both of these offenses have played today, I think you'll probably get similar responses from the respective managers. Everybody's been a tough out today.
It's been relentless on both sides, really. You got pitchers both ways that have been making some tough pitches that the opposition had just spoiled time after time. Another one there, this time the sweeper. Going to see the 9th pitch of the at-bat coming here for Young.
The Cardinals really extending Riley O'Brien. He's about to double his season high in pitches for an appearance because of that relentlessness you talked about. Did that hit him? I guess so. So the bases are loaded for Seattle.
Wanted to get him to offer over a slider, back foot. No offer, all back foot.
So Dusty Blake will make his way to the mound. Eric Young Jr., the first base coach for the Mariners, talking it over with Cole Young. And so Leo Rivas hits with the bases loaded.
Well, like you said with Riley O'Brien, the pitch count is way up there, trying to get him just to will through the rest of this inning, make a winner out of him and the Cardinals. You do have Matt Swanson, who has been up and likely ready in this ball game, but Riley has been your guy. You want this to be his one way or another.
On a day where the ball's flying, this rally started with a bunt single from J.P. Crawford. Garver walked, and now Cole Young, after a long sequence, got hit by a pitch. And now a world of options for Seattle. Rivas showed he can bunt. The first sacrifice of the season for the Mariners. Would they dare to try to bunt here with the bases loaded? And only one out. Cardinals pinch in at the corners. Line into center field, base hit. Crawford scores. Here comes Garver. And that's going to be cut off. Seattle takes the lead. Tip your cap to Dan Wilson. He's pushed all the right buttons in this game. And Seattle, with 2 in the 9th, takes an 11-9 lead.
It's 2 pinch hitters in a row that were ready for the first pitch. It was Connor Joe last time. This time Rivas is ready to drive in a pair.
So Riley O'Brien officially 1 inning, but a lot of pitches. 1, 2, 3, 4 hits, a walk, a hit batsman, and a 2-run score. So the Cardinals down 2 in the 9th. They will call on Matt Swanson to put out the fire here in game 2. All of this coming with 1 out. 4 straight batters have reached, and Seattle, with a knock from Leo Rivas, has taken a 2-run lead. Matt Swanson will try to lower that ERA. He had a good outing his last time out.
Yeah, stop the bleeding. And as we were talking about with ERA, as Stanek was sitting down with Jim Hayes, can't think about that as a reliever, right? How are you throwing the ball right here, right now? Last time out was a good one. Got to build off of that. Give your offense a chance to come back and win this one in the 9th.
So you mentioned the pinch hitters for Seattle, Connor Joe and Rivas, with 2 RBI singles off the bench. the bottom part of the Mariners order. The 6, 7, 8, 9 men have scored 8 of their 11 runs. They've gotten 5 RBIs from the number 9 spot in the order. And Cole Young, their 8th place hitter, a triple shy of the cycle. A ball and a strike. And from a pitching standpoint, one of those rare games where the Cardinals bullpen sprung the leak. They've given up 6 runs, and they had to cover up a lot of innings. Matthew Liberatore had a rough start, 3 1/3 innings and 5 runs.
Well, that's one of the biggest things to keep an eye on right now as the Cardinals are in game 2 of 17 straight is where are the innings going to come from.
Yep.
I mean, you're going to have to get some depth. We talked to Ollie before the game, and he said, look, there are going to be times throughout this stretch that you're asking starters to do more if they're throwing the ball well. If they've got a pitch count that's low, you're going to see those guys get ran out there a little bit longer just to save your pen.
So Connor Joe faces a full count. Mariners trying to go for the jugular. That's hit deep toward right center. And that will advance Cole Young. He'll move up 90 feet. 2 men are out. And Cal Raleigh is next. As we said, these Cardinals, they find a way to make it interesting. They did last night. We'll see if they can do it again in their 9th. Gorman, Wynn, Church, Pozo, and Scott are the scheduled batters. We've lost Pedro Paez to hamstring tightness. Hope that's not too severe for him. As Raleigh tries to improve on a 2-for-5 day. That's a quick bat, isn't it? 38 homers in the first half of the season last year and 60 last season in total.
Not bad, not bad.
Yeah.
He sprinkled in, I don't know, 1,000 home runs during the Derby. Also took that one home.
Yeah.
Now, what a memorable season it was a year ago for the Mariners. I know they ended up falling short, but getting to the ALCS, what a passionate fan base. That place was packed.
You mentioned last night the Mariners have never played in the World Series. They've had some great teams, great players. You mentioned Lou Piniella, their all-time winningest manager, went to the Reds Hall of Fame last night. The great broadcaster Rick Riz, 41st year. This is his last season. And they're trying to overcome a slow start with an offense that is waking up, much to the fear of the rest of the American League. And Dan Wilson and his staff do an excellent job too. 3 balls and a strike. And pop foul. It's full count. Somebody made a good catch off to our left.
Probably a Labrador Retriever, if I had to guess.
Yeah, no doorbells either. That was unfortunate. Runner at first goes, ball 4. And the inning continues. Seattle's got him loaded. Rodriguez is coming up. Swanson's not trying to walk people. He just is. It's just an unfortunate run of bad luck for him. His turbo sinker isn't the same right now as it was last year.
Yeah, it seems like it seems easy, but it's not. It's a slight adjustment of just slowing down, letting the arm get on top a little bit more. He appears to rush and pulling off the baseball a little bit, but that will happen, especially when there's traffic out there. You start moving the body a little bit faster.
That was loud and lifted foul to left. That really is physics, isn't it? When you try to speed things up, your arm slows down, and that's what leads to all those misses.
Yeah, the arm just tends to be late sometimes when the body speeds up a bit more.
A Mariner at every base. And look, the only way to get yourself back on the beam is to do it in live competition. You know that, Brad. You can throw all the bullpens you want, but facing live action hopefully allows you the chance to correct it in real time.
Yeah, and then you get that swagger back, right? Like Swanson was almost unhittable last year for a long time. Now it goes back to that cat and mouse. League sees you a little bit. They go over a little bit of video, so there's that part of it. What adjustments can you make? But stringing together a couple of good outings, they can really just get that confidence going for him. And as we've talked a lot about, need another guy in this bullpen to step up. We've seen great things from Graceffo as of late. Soriano, seen some good things out of him as well. Obviously, your back couple of guys at the back end of the bullpen have been really good.
Pitch number 6 coming. And he got him to chase it. Rodriguez down on strikes. So the Cardinals have a shot. They're down 2. Can somebody or two get on in front of Nathan Church? We're about to find out. Been a wild game. 20 runs, 33 hits, if my math is right. And Gorman, Wynn, and Church are coming up.
Well, why not come back against their closer? It was Andres Munoz who got the save last night. A scoreless frame. He struck out 2. Good slider. But at this point, with this ball game, the way that it's unfolded today, nothing is going to surprise me here late.
Ball 2. Pozo would be the 4th batter in this inning. 2-0 pitch. 3-0. Nolan made him throw a strike. Again, they'll give him a single if he shoots it the other way. Won't have to. Ball 4. It's amazing. What an amazing game.
Well, the last thing you want to see is a manager, your closer, come in and walk the leadoff guy, but that's exactly what has happened here. Mason Wynn, who is heated up as of late, he's got a pair of hits in this ball game.
Two runs and an RBI as well. So disengagement there for Munoz. Wait him out. Now the Mariners infield wants to talk things over. Dan Wilson's offense. 12 of the 13 offensive players who appeared in this game have a hit. Eight of the Cardinals' 9 starters today have a hit.
Well, this is one of those games. Whoever loses feels like a heartbreaker.
Yeah.
I mean, everything that's been put into this.
One ball, no strikes. Wynn was ready for the heater. Had a good pass at it. One ball, one strike. Cardinals have been comeback kids all year long. Can they do it today? There's a good pitch. Good slider. And this guy throws very hard. Throws across his body and just tumbles off the mound. not an easy at bat. And Mason chased it and is down on strikes. So here's your Budweiser player of the game for the Cardinals. A big breakout day for Nathan Church.
How about Church in the second inning? Hits himself his third home run of the season. A blast into the Cardinals bullpen. Then he robs a home run. Garver trying to tie it. He took it away. And in the seventh, a two-run bomb. The first ever home run game for Nathan Church.
So he's hot. Let's see how carefully Seattle approaches him. If you lose him, you've got the tying runs on base and Joel Pozo on deck. Huge at bat. The pitch. That slider's nasty. In about 3 minutes, it's going to be really tough to hit. The shadows now at the umpire's feet. Church had not hit a homer at Busch Stadium until he hit 2 today. Two balls, one strike. The 2-2 is rolled to first. Naylor steps on the bag, and they are going to tag out Gorman, and that's how the game's going to end. 11-9 is your final score. Wow, a big sigh of relief for the Mariners. This was a heavyweight prize fight, and in 9 rounds, it was Seattle that delivers the knockout blow in the 9th inning. And the Cardinals tomorrow, Brad, hope to win to salvage 1 out of 3.
The Mariners were able to get to the Cardinals bullpen late in this game. The Cardinals had some great highlights early. Started off the game offensively with back-to-back home runs. Church had himself a big day, but it wasn't enough. Look forward to seeing what Michael McGreevy has in store tomorrow.
Emerson Hancock is the hurler for Seattle. Game 3 tomorrow, 1:15 first pitch. Scott and Al set to wrap it up here at the ballpark. 11-9 your final for Jim Hayes and Brad Thompson and our great crew.